Hey there everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to use validation tool in FreeCAD Sketcher to find errors and fix them before the 3D operation break. So you can see here I have created a scenario where we can clearly see that this is an open sketch, and if I try to convert this to pad, so let me hit pad here, you will see the following error: wire is not closed. But consider a scenario where the gap is not visible through eyes. Maybe, for example, now in this case when the sketch is too far away, or it could be possible that the distance between both these is quite minimal. So let me actually go here in sketch, and if I would like to put distance between both, so let's put that, and now I'm gonna make it, let's say, 0.001. okay, and seems like this is fully constrained, so that's why it is also not allowing me to do so. So let me delete this and this one as well, and now I'm gonna give it 0.001, and I'm gonna reduce the distance to this much, and now here you can see the gap is quite minimal. Now let me again come out of sketch, and now here you can see it is barely visible from naked eye. Now, how are you going to find these kind of imperfection? Well, for that, FreeCAD comes with Sketcher validation tool. And I would say this tool is especially helpful when we are importing non-native data or the data that is not built inside FreeCAD. But let's check this particular one out. For that, first of all, we need to select the sketch. Now go to sketch, and here we have got Sketcher validation tool. So let's click here on validate sketch, and then here you're gonna see a very typical validation tools that you not only going to find in Sketcher tool in FreeCAD but also in other professional grade software. And I'm glad that FreeCAD also have these tools available. Now the first tool here, which I would say is very useful, so that kind of detect the endpoint that are not connected. So all here you need to do is you need to click on highlight troublesome vertex, and as soon as you hit, now here we can see something is being highlighted with a red square. And the reason behind that is the thickness of these lines are too small, which here you can see is highlighted by these tiny square. So here you might be thinking of, oh, it is barely visible. So here, although you can see the open ends are highlighted, but they are barely visible. Now, in order to make the visibility better, what we can do is we can go here in view and then look for appearance. Now here, what we need to do is we need to increase the size of point as well as line width. So let me first of all increase the size of point, and then here we can see the size of point now increased, and similarly we're gonna also increase the line width, and probably this one look good. Now let me close it. Let's select the sketch and go back to sketch, and now click on validate sketch. Again, I'm gonna click on highlight, and there we go. Again, these both points got highlighted, which of course then you can go back to sketch and can fix your sketch by, let's say doing edit sketch, and then here probably you can use coincident constraint to fix and make it fully constrained. Now again, I just did undo such that I create this imperfect sketch. Now again, let me select the sketch and go to sketch, validate sketch. And this time if you click on highlight troublesome vertex, you won't see any such issue, or even when, let's say, you want to do pad, you should able to extrude it. Now let me undo it, and let's talk about more options that are available in a validation tool. So here we also can see we have option to find and display missing coincidence. And then here we also have option to play with tolerance. And you can see here the tolerance goes up to e⁻09, which I would say in terms of sensitivity is very, very sensitive. Now, although you can also find out invalid constraint, but I would say the Sketcher tool now became so competent that it won't allow you to make your sketch redundant. Because let's say if I go back here in edit sketch, and if I try to add some additional dimensions, for example, here you can see the solver says Sketcher is completely constrained, and let's say I add one more, you're gonna say redundant constraint, and then as soon as you hit OK, you will see that your additional dimension is gone and your sketch still remain fully constrained. Then we have option of degenerate geometry, which is really helpful in finding out, or I would say in detecting zero length line, zero radius circle, or curves collapse into a point. And by simply clicking on fix, it's going to delete all these kind of geometry. Then the next option here we have is reversed external geometry. When you click on find, it's going to check whether the external geometry edges linked from solid got reversed, often after modifying the parent solid, especially when features downstream from sketch suddenly flip or throw solver errors. Now the last option here we have is constraint orientation locking. By clicking on enable or update, it's going to add orientation locking constraint so that your geometry direction like arc doesn't flip during edit. Again, I think this happens when your geometry or sketch is not completely constrained. So make sure you fully constrain your sketch such that you do not need to worry about all these issues. So again, if I want to say or explain all these options in one go, I can say the first option going to help you out in fixing the open edges. The second option which is finding the missing coincident, going to help you out in closing the small gap. Find and fix degenerated geometry, going to help you out in cleaning zero length line and other entities as we explained. Find reverse external geometry, going to help you in flipped references, and as we discussed, if we can fully constrain our geometry, we do not need to face that kind of issue. And the last here is enabling constraint orientation locking, going to help you in stabilizing the complex shapes. So that's all guys from my side in this video. Hope that you find this video helpful and informational. If so, then please make sure you subscribe to Engineering Pritam to follow complete FreeCAD series. And you may also want to check out other topics and series that we have covered in this channel. And I will catch you soon in one such another video. Till then, you take care and bye-bye.